Alright boys, what is up? Today I've got a few replays to show you guys from day 2 of the World Championship final qualifiers. You know, I wasn't recording yesterday, I was just kind of playing some games. I kind of had stuff to do, didn't really have a chance to really sit down and record, so I just kind of played randomly through the day. But I did save a few of my best replays from yesterday, and I'm gonna share them with you guys. So, you know, let's jump right into it. Let's see. Alright, so this first game versus Guns Blazing, you know, finally glad I got the dual limb without, you know, pet decks and just memeing around, you know, serious decks. I was really happy about that. So we start off with a pretty solid hand. 2 recruiters, great hand, no matter what, even if you don't have your spells. And the reason it's good is because this deck only runs 9 monsters, so if you get your recruiters going and you're drawing all your monsters, then you have a super high chance to draw into your combo spells and then out-resource your opponent late game. And I'm going to show you that in a minute. So, he 3 stars, and he summons a Barrel Dragon. And he does get the heads, you know, pretty bad for us, but you know, it's whatever, it happens. So he blows up our recruiter, we get to search, does 2600, so we're not in the best spot, but I have a double summon play here to, you know, bring out my Oracle, drop this to 600, but I don't think that's the best play because he has the Supremacy Berry and can get another one, so, you know, I'm just going to use it for eliminating the league fodder and do it in his draw phase, and you'll see what happens. So eliminating the league. Alright, so Replays does a really bad job of showing you their hand, but as you can see he has both of his other Barrel Dragons in his hand, and this right here is a Machine King. So I kill all 3 of them in one go. Really, really lucky on my part. So, you know, all 3 gone. Get him out of here. So he tributes, gets his Machine King out. At this point, I'm assuming this is a rare Metal Morph, since he's playing machines. So, no, I got my recruiters going at this point. I pull another recruiter just to get another pull and stall more. So, rare Metal Morph, it says once, so it can only negate 1 spell. So I decided to go ahead and make him use his negate, set my recruiter, you know, use recruiter, pull another monster. And at this point we've pulled pretty much every monster, so all we need is a spell. Like, you know, Soul Exchange will work, Econ will work, double summon, you know, it doesn't really matter which spell, but we do get another Soul Exchange, which is probably the best because we can get our recruiter back again. So, that's the power of this deck, you know. If you opening with recruiter, drawing all your monsters, and then you start getting into your combo spells, you start top decking Soul Exchanges and double summons, econs, whatever, and it wins you the game, and you're gonna out resource your opponent that way. So yeah, you know, he has nothing else, he just scoops. You know, good game. Alright, this next one is really good because I don't start with recruiter, and I have to kind of play weird. I have to waste cards and stall, but you'll see how it all works out. Alright, so this isn't really a good hand, especially not versus Harpies, but this isn't a much better hand, but you gotta use what you get, you know? You gotta use what you get. And he starts with Gear Freed, and that's kind of annoying for us because it can get over this pretty easily. I set both my econs just in case he had a Harpy, and he did, so I have to use both econs just to protect this. Really annoying. ordered it charges, that's fine. So we get Chief. So we're starting to stabilize here, you know. We finally get a recruiter, so. And I kind of knew this was mirror wall, which is why I didn't attack with recruiter on the 0 attack, because I was just trying to figure out, you know, what the face down was by the activations. And I probably should have attacked with Chief just to get the Chief out the way, but that's fine. He does have Prevo, that's kind of annoying for us, but you know, it's okay. Because it's gonna get rid of our Chief for Chief play later on. And we're gonna get another search for the recruiter. So pull out an Oracle to follow up. So we're gonna search out our Chief and we're gonna summon an Oracle, but I actually draw Nobleman first. And this is really good because it's actually good and bad. It's good because if we had just went and straight summoned Oracle, he could have did the econ take play and gave it 0 attack. But instead he's forced he knows the Oracle play is coming because I just searched it, but the econ takes this so I can't summon Oracle. And basically at this point, if he draws a monster next turn, we lose because he attacks over this with Dunanis and then he would attack. But fortunately for us, he does not draw that second monster, so. And this is the thing, you know. I pull another recruiter, so I have this double summon play. You know, he's top decking, he has no cards in his hand. And at this point I have 4 cards in my hand and I can just make plays, double summon, get my Oracle out, put him to 0. And, you know, search out my Chief. So because he doesn't activate this, I'm assuming it's mirror wall. But it's actually enemy controller, and it's kind of weird he didn't do the econ take play. But I guess that was good on his part, because if I followed up with that Chief play after econ taking, then he'd be in a really bad spot. So what I do here is I put this in defense mode, because if this right here is mirror wall, then I can summon my priest and both my Chief and my Oracle will be able to get over the 1000 defense even through mirror wall. So I put it in defense mode. I'm not sure what that was. It was probably mirror wall, and he realized he had lost anyway, so you know, good game. So you know, if you don't open with recruiter with mine, you know, it's a very uphill battle. Like when you play Harpies, it's basically kind of like a marathon. You know, you gotta use your resources very well and just kind of outlast them until you can finally just overwhelm them. Whenever I play Harpies, if it's not Harpies Relinquish, I almost always win because I always outlast them. Like I get them into a position where they have no cards in their hand, and at that point I'm just building up my field, building up my hand with my recruiters, and there's not much they can do at that point. The only Harpy matchup I have trouble with is the Relinquish one, so. And Gravekeepers has trouble with Relinquish regardless. In this next replay, I do make a misplay. I wasn't thinking straight. I had been playing a lot of games, and I don't know, my brain wasn't all the way on. But I kind of make up for it with a really good play in the end game. And the reason I was able to make that play is because of the foresight eliminating the lead gave me by looking at his hand, and that's one of the more understated bonuses of eliminating the lead. So I'll show it to you guys and you can see for yourself. So we restart, and we open with a great hand. This is a winning hand. Like, so I'll pull out my chief. And I played this part really poorly. What I needed to do was soul exchange here, and then do an econ take, and then I mean not then do an econ take, soul exchange, and then use econ as my eliminating the league fodder for when he 3 stars next turn. I was just thinking I wanted to get his life points down as much to make 3 starring a really risky move. So, and like I said, replay does a really bad job of showing his hand, but what he had in his hand was hold on. He had 2 of these. I forgot what this trap was, but he had the Jowls of Dark Demise in his hand, and you'll see why that's important later. So I get saved from my misplay with a really good top deck. You know, it is what it is. It's Yu-Gi-Oh. So he sets his Jowls, and what I do here is I set my chief. A lot of people don't even know you can make that play, but I do it just to get my Oracle search off, double summon in the Oracle to blow up his Jowls, so I don't have to worry about its effect. And then I just swing for game. Really good. Really good ends to that, even though I misplayed. So, you know, I just thought that last turn was really good. I wanted to share that with you guys. That's the only reason I saved it. Alright, this last one is a good one, man. Alright, so we're up against some bluff trap. And I pull an Oracle so I can follow up with a double summon in the Oracle play. So I'm not really too worried about bluff trap right now. Even if he summons the whatever card he has, I can follow up with this play. So yeah, he does the bluff trap. But he has the flower, so he doesn't need to storm yet. So since he didn't storm, I'm reading this other card as a Dimension Gate. So going into this, I figured this would be Dimension Gate, so I figured my safest play was to do an econ take and force him to play it. And he does. So then I set my ETL and force him to bring it back so I can ETL in his draw phase. But what I should have done here, I wasn't really thinking about enemy controller at the time. I was thinking, you know, I could just do it in his draw phase and it would be fine. But I should have just crashed this, took the 1200, got my search, and then did it in his draw phase. Because if I killed all of these in his hand, he wouldn't be able to summon another one with bluff trap. But so I chained this, but he uses enemy controller, steals my recruiter, uses my own recruiter as tribute, so I don't get the search off, and he gets his other one out anyway. Kind of get bailed out by soul exchange here, because remember, this is just the bluff trap token. So that econ play on him, on his part, was very good. It's really strong play. And now he's forced to storm his token just to protect his life points, because he knows I have an Oracle. And I go ahead and do this just to get another search off. And I search out my Priestess, because the reason I search her out is I can play her on the field next turn, and then both my Chief and my Oracle will have exact lethal. So I don't want him to give him another bluff trap token, obviously, so I have to play around it careful. Now I was just assuming this was either like another Crystal Seer or another flower, but it's just night, so I can't get over it, but it's fine, because the game's over at this point. Yeah. So, you know, good game to him. Really well played with the enemy controller. And that's all the replays I have for you today. You know, leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that, you know. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you've been enjoying the tournament, all of that stuff, you know. That's all I got.